We have collected around $40,000, $60,000 from previous invoices that were never collected before. He had like around 40, 50 jobs that were never entered into the system. He had invoices from 2021 that he never collected. And that's money that he was just seated down right there. It's a service that he already stopped paying, and magically all photos disappear. So that was good that we did that already. Big owners and the companies, they don't know about financial specifically.
Welcome to Inside EdgeOS. It's where we go behind the scene with the people who installing operating systems inside the businesses, so owners stop being the answers to everything. And today, guest walked into a roofing company and found something most people wouldn't believe in, that the entire business was living inside of the man's head and inside a paper notebook. Jobs that wasn't finished a years ago are never invoiced, and money that was never collected, and nobody else in this company, not even a person who was handling money questions, could see this issue inside. So today we're gonna talk with Kevin. He's an operations manager we placed inside the business. In a matter of weeks, he mapped 4 core workflows, found the money that was sitting there, and started pulling an entire company out of one person memory. So, Kevin, welcome. It's very nice to see you today.
Thank you, Lana, and thank you for having me here in the podcast as well. Nice to meet you.
So, Kevin, how you would introduce yourself to business owners who are watching us right now? Maybe you can say some interesting facts about your life, like something unusual, something business related.
Kevin, an operations manager at EdgeOS. And yeah, apart from doing this job, I'm a musician and I'm a DJ. I'm a music producer teacher. That's my life right now.
Mama, wait, you're a DJ. Which kind of music are you playing? And you do it like a hobby, or it's also kind of your profession?
Yeah, it's kind of my profession already. I've been studying music production for over 4 years already, and I've been a teacher for 1 year and a half. So yeah, I do it as a hobby as well because I love music and I'm a musician as well. I'm a drummer. And I as well found in DJing something very special. So yeah, it's kind of like my life right now, and I like to share this knowledge as well with the people.
How do you think have this knowledge from your drummer? How you say? I know it's not so easy, even like a hobby. I had one friend who doing drums. I believe it's something for people who has this math way of thinking, like the mathematics. And good
Yeah,
sense of
totally.
it. Like,
Yeah,
do you
you
feel this skill? It helps you in your job as operations manager now.
Yeah, totally. Being a drummer, as you said, it's something that entirely it's a multitasking thing. So you have to think a lot of stuff at the same time and being a multitasker. So yeah, that's something that helps me out in my daily basis because I feel that I'm someone very organized and I as well have a this type of multitasking in my job as well. About music production, I have a lot of attention to detail, so that helps me out as well in my current job to have this attention to detail and make sure that everything it's properly handled the way it's supposed to. So yeah, that's as well how my current hobbies and my music love is actually helping me out with my current job.
Where we can hear your music, some of your soundtracks or whatever, like where we
Oh,
can
sure.
find your work.
Thank you, Lana. So, yep, you can find my music over Spotify and SoundCloud. My name is Sheep Insane, sheep like the animal, insane like the state. So, yeah, you can find me right there on every platform as well, just like that. Thank you, Lana.
It's so nice, cool. Why sheep? What does it mean?
I don't know. It's because of my curly hair, I guess, because it's like it's like who? I guess it's because of that similarities in between the who and the curly hair. But yeah, it's something like that.
Black sheep. No, yeah, it's very rare animal, black sheep.
I know.
Okay, no, really, it's cool. And by the way, I can see that in our company, a lot of people they like music and they go to do operations manager work. So I see some patterns inside of the psychology of people like you who do in operations managing. And before age, like before you come to this company, what did you do? Just the music, or it was something else, like maybe some different kind of jobs?
Yeah, I used to be a QA, a quality assurance specialist at one of the companies here in Latin America, which works for companies in the US. So that's a company. I worked for 7 years as a QA, and we used to work all related to logistics in the United States and all about actual loads and containers and yeah, everything was just about logistics right there. But my main job was to make sure that everything had uh, paperworks, SOPs or operational procedures clear, and aesthetics, and yeah, more like the back office of the business. And so that was like my main role right there. I used to be handling people from all over United States and Latin America as well, some few other cities here in Colombia. So yeah, around 300 or 400 people I used to manage before. So it was a pretty complicated job, but it was a really good one because I love as well this type of business. And so yeah, that was like my background in related to job.
No, it's crazy. 300 people. I feel now you have a bit less chaos in your work than before. I mean, still enough of tasks, but at least not 300 people.
Yeah, totally.
And why you decide to stop this career? I mean, what was the decision? Why you decided I want to go next? I want to try something different? Because how I can hear, it was pretty successful career. You had a lot of responsibilities, and why you decide to change your life?
So it was mainly a matter of like organization. This company that I used to work for, they're not very organized, being honest, on a lot of stuff that they were going through or they were dealing with. So I decided to move a step forward because I consider myself a quick learner and I like to keep learning, constant learning. And the thing is that I felt kind of stuck right there in the company already for about 7 years, and for about 4 years before I quit. It was all of the same, and it was everything disorganized, and we were having just a lot of trouble keeping track of everything. And it was because of their systems and because of their way to do things. I just decided to step myself away because of that, because that's not the way I like to work. And yeah, I needed something fresh and something new to start working on as well. So I used to work a lot with operations management, so I'm pretty aware of what's going on as well in operations itself, and that's why I felt it was a good fit for me as well to keep like going with the things I was doing before, but with a new perspective and new things to learn. So that's why I wanted to do this.
Yeah, in H we have so many trainings, and every week I see in our academy in Circle, which we have so many updates. I'm just curious, which fun new skill or new information you learned recently, and what was the most interesting for you when you came to H and start learn new things?
Thank you, Lana. Yeah, one of the things that I have learned this a couple of weeks before that I've been working with Edge, it was about AIs. I mean, the AI usage. I used to do it as well myself for my work to keep organization and things or redact emails, but I didn't even know the capabilities as well that is some of the AI tools that we have here in Edge. Um, we can build as well frameworks. We can build scorecards from scratch. We can. I used to actually have a few projects that we were completing with the company that I'm working for, in a matter of a couple of weeks instead of maybe just 1 month or 2 months. Because yeah, we have a lot of manual work that an AI can do as well, and I didn't even know that Claude or these specific AIs would be able to do so. So it was really good to learn as well the prompting and all of the things that we're doing as well with AIs, because that makes our jobs a little more easy and a little more like in order for we to quickly make decisions. So that's something that I learned a couple of weeks before that helped me out a lot of on daily basis.
Nice, I like it. Claude is my best friend. Bye bye,
Oh yeah,
ChatGPT. I don't like you anymore. You're stupid.
Totally, Claude. It has its features, right? And Code Claude, it's
It
something
has
amazing as well.
memory at least. It remembers everything what you say because ChatGPT, I mean, it's kind of basic level. It's like pretty girl, but she's a bit stupid. So after some time, you become a bit boring to talk with her because she always forgets things. And Claude,
Totally.
she's nice, smart, self-made woman.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's my best friend now, daily in my daily basis on my work.
Yeah, I can understand you. And okay, to finish this first part of our podcast, you say that company where you worked before was a bit unorganized and there was a lot of mess. Did you recommend to this company where you stayed before to use operations manager to systemize the business?
Well, no, I wouldn't recommend it. And that's the thing that sometimes these type of companies are very archaic and they just like to work with what they're used to, and they're kind of like afraid of trying new things, like let's say an AI tool that can help us out building things that we manually do every day. Yeah, they just prefer going with Excel sheets or just with, let's say, very archaic stuff that they are still working with, and that's something that I actually needed to step away from because I'm very tech friendly, I would say, and I like to implement this type of tools for my daily work. So that's something that in the companies or some companies should not be afraid of. So, like for example, the company that I'm working for right now. Yeah, so far this company it was a mess as well in regards of documentation and everything. And yeah, they have the tools, they have as well the stuff, but they don't use it, and that's where I'm actually coming here as well to try to open their eyes and invite them to try these new things as well, so they will be able to make their business better.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sure. I understand. Let's go and walk into your business where you work now. Take me back in your first week inside of this company. What did you find? What was your first steps when you start to work with the roofing company?
Sure. So for the first week that I started working with this company, um, they were showing me like their daily basis, like their day to day, how they work, the tools that they use, and everything. And from the first moment that we started meeting with them, I noticed that they just work with what they have on their heads, and that was a big issue because nobody had a visibility on their systems of what's going on with the jobs, what's going on with the actual things that they have on their plate that they should be worried about instead of just working with the notes or working by memory what they're having. So I was asking this owner, the owner of the company as well, like if he had actually some numbers or anything that could show the performance of last year, and he didn't have anything like that. And he just worked, as I said, with a notebook and from memory. And that's the thing that nobody had any involvement on that specific operation. So yeah, that was the first thing I noticed, and that's something that we started to work on right away. And I started to have as well meetings with him every day that we still actually have for today. And these meetings are actually just to get caught up with everything that was not on the system. So he had like around 40, 50 jobs that were never entered into the system. And that's what we're doing. That's a project that we're working on. He's actually doing his job, entering the system, entering information to the system, and we are following up and tracking on those jobs properly now. And that was a big challenge that we found at the beginning, but yeah, I think we're almost there with the project that we're working on.
It sounds crazy for me, but tell me, how does it look like when business owner has everything inside of his memory or notebook right now in 2026? I'm curious how this business still like hold all processes because I don't know how the employee can understand what to do and where to go, what we should fix, how it was before you came inside of this business. How does it look?
So it was pretty disorganized, being honest. Thing is that the company, it's a pretty small company, and he works only with his relatives, his wife, and some friends. But that's the thing that they know each other, but I don't know the business, so I needed to actually step in there to ask the owner to show me what was going on within the company. And the thing is that he didn't have any like documents or anything like that to show me the performance or anything like that. So everything was just in between him and me, and like in a regular conversation. So that's the thing, that they needed to have as well these protocols or these specific steps written down in order for me to at least study a little bit more the company. But yeah, it's like we're starting from scratch. And yeah, one of the other challenges that we found, it was actually I found out about it, and I just told him like we needed to set up an AR call and an AR alignment call to make sure accounts receivable is actually aware of what's going on. And but yeah, he was like just kind of hesitant about it. But that's the thing, that we need to make sure they understand the need that we're solving right here, and it's about organization as well. So yeah, they were pretty disorganized, but we're slowly but surely going through it.
Wow. I don't know how it can happen. I mean, what you decided to do with these invoices and how now he can collect the money because it was such far. 1 second.
You have-
Honestly, I'm really surprised how it can work and what now the owner can do with that money, what was invoiced long time ago and money wasn't collected. Like, what's the chance to get this money back right now? Because it's 4 years already.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, that's something that we found as well. He had some invoices that he didn't even have the contacts for. So if we needed to actually reach out for the money, we just had a name and sometimes a phone number that didn't even work. So that was one of the things that we needed to be at least aware of. And yeah, for a couple of the invoices that we found for 2022, 2023, and they are just not simply being collected, because I mean that's been a long time as well, and sometimes we don't have enough information for we to go and collect the money. So yeah, that's one of the challenges that we're dealing with right now. But we are having this accounts receivable call every Friday in order for we to get aligned on those specific invoices that have not been collected. So we're just sending on those emails as well for invoicing last year. Um, and just letting them know and letting the customers know that we're actually just having the invoice sent just for now because of a system issue as well. So they will be just aware that we're trying to collect the money, and they know why maybe we took too long to do it. But yeah, that's a big challenge that we're having right now. As I said, we have collected few others that we don't have the contacts for. So yeah, there's nothing that we can make up here. But yeah.
I mean, this owner, he had so many like I don't know, clients and job and stuff, so he forgot to take his money for a job, or how it happened. I don't understand, honestly. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Sounds crazy.
totally. Thing is that yeah,
And
most big owners and the companies, they don't know about financial specifically, and that's something that we try to resolve here as well in EdgeOS, because
mhm.
sometimes financial language or financial things are a big kind of like a big picture for the company. And that's some problem that we gotta resolve, because sometimes they don't know some terms, or they don't know gross profit, or yeah, let's say some of the challenges that they may face is that specifically. So if they don't have a department or a person specifically facing this accounts receivable role, some of these invoices are gonna be missed, or they're just not gonna be entered properly into the system, and we're just gonna be missing track of it. So yeah, that's one of the things that we need to start teaching our customer and as well our clients about the work that they're doing in financial. So that's what we're gonna be working as well. We have a whole sprint for financial as well on with this client. So we're gonna try to get caught up as well. But we first started with baby steps. So these AR or accounts receivable meetings that we're having every Friday are helping us out as well to see the big picture of the financial on the company. And so far, for the last 3-4 weeks, we have collected around $40,000, $60,000 from previous invoices that were never collected before. So that's a big improvement, right?
I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a good
Yeah.
amount of money which you can put inside your business. You can pay salary. And how many people work in this company? You say it's like a kind of family business with wife slash accountant or something like that?
Yeah, that's right. It's his wife is actually handling all accounts receivable,
Yeah,
and
I see.
yeah,
Maybe
it's a couple of
why
friends.
most of its mistakes.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, a couple of his friends are the ones that are actually going to the field to do the work as well, schedule those inspections, do the estimates as well. But yeah, these are like close friends from the owner of the company, and that's good and bad at the same time. Because good because you have the you know the person and you know the people that you're working for, but bad because at the time that you're maybe training them or giving them some kind of orders or new procedures to follow, they may not be like pretty open to start doing that. But if that's something that we're trying to fix as well by having the playbooks and by having our workflows ready in order for he to as well see the big picture of the business. And if maybe we need to hire someone else, or if we need to have somebody integrated into the team to help us out, that's something that we gotta figure out as well within these couple of weeks that are following for the next sprint. But yeah, that's something that we're working on right now, and hopefully we'll be able then to have set for his business.
I mean, it's already big progress. I believe at least this money can be collect now. Some of them, I don't know about the legal part of the stuff because I'm sure some people from like 5 years ago they don't really want to answer. I believe also. Yeah. But anyway, we will hope for a better. Let's talk about what you already built in the company. If we're talking about Monday, when you log in inside of the project, what's the first thing that you're open? Like, walk me through your screen. How does it look?
Yeah, one of the first things I open, as I said at the beginning, one of my new friends is Claude. So I opened Claude, and one of the first things that we implemented here for the first weeks, it was a daily briefing, which is an automated email that gets sent to the customers and client with copy with Edge. So they will have visibility about what we're doing with the company. Let's say we are working on a project or what was completed yesterday. What are you working on today? What tools are you using? Do we have any blockers or do we need any help with anything? So this is something that's really good in order for we to keep a track of what was done the previous day and the plans that we have for the current day as well. So that's something that we have implemented here in EdgeOS as well for the daily briefing and set up with Claude. Apart from that, the first thing I see is my email. I have a little block schedule every morning as well to check on emails, respond emails, and make sure that I don't have anything on the plate that needs to be taken care of right away. So yeah, those are like my main things that I open at the beginning. And with this company, we work with a CRM. That's pretty much a tool that allows us to see the jobs for the day, the invoices that haven't been paid, and pretty much keep a track of everything that has been done within the week, within the day, within the month. So we'll be able to have a visual of it. So those are the main tools that I open every day, and that's my daily right now.
I see it's a lot of stuff, but you say that you built daily briefing. What is that, and why does it matter so much?
Perfect. So yeah, as I mentioned before, so this specific daily briefing, it's an email that gets sent to the client every day. So this one is gonna show us as well if what we are working on, if any current projects have been finalized, or if, in which specific step we are standing up right now. So that's really good because they can see as well the progress daily in a daily basis, and they can have as well visibility on what we're working on today. So that's like the main goal of this daily briefing. I actually spoke with the owner last week as well about it, and I asked him if he was okay if we were sending this information every day, and he was just happy that he can see as well what we're working on, and he could actually let me know, oh, okay, for today we have another meeting, or for today we need to cancel this one. So that's a really good point of communication as well for everyday work, that specific daily briefing.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about leads because I know this company gets leads in three different ways. Which ways is that, and how does it work inside the company?
Sorry, the question was about the leads. How do we get the leads?
Leads, yes.
Okay.
The business gets like leads in different ways. What these ways, like which kind of ways?
Got it. Thank you, Lana. So yeah, the leads that we're getting in the company are various ways of getting the leads, being honest. Mainly referrals from the owner. So the owner has his friends and he has as well his jobs. And when he completes the jobs, he actually records a video of the person, like with a little statement of what happened on the job that was completed and to invite others to actually get the services from the company. So that's one of the things that we're actually working on as well, because that's a pretty effective way as well to get the leads because they're like close people to the owner. So it's really good that they have as well some kind of known people doing this type of videos, so they can recommend his job and they will be able to get more leads as well. That's one of the ways that we're getting leads. The other one is actually by the website. On the website, they have like actually click on and they will be able to contact the owner directly to schedule either a call or to schedule directly an inspection process for the roofs. Um, so those are like the main specific lead acquisition processes that we're having right now with this company. Those are very very good at the moment, but what I actually reinforced to this owner, it was to start making these marketing campaigns. Let's say Facebook Meta ads, Instagram ads, or this type of Google ads that can add value to the business as well, and will be able to get more leads in the future. So he is working now on a new website and a new way to get the leads, and that's something that we're actually working on right now.
But if you're talking about the referral system, it's pretty interesting. How does it work inside of company? Does it really brings a lot of new customers this way, exactly for this niche? Because I know it always depends on what you're doing, like how many clients you have, and I'm curious how does it work here?
Totally. With this company, the referral program, it's pretty simple. So they just record this a specific video showing the progress of the work that was made, and they're inviting new customers to actually get get the services from the company. So that's one of them, and the other one is as well the actual network from this owner. He is already in the business like 20 years, so he knows a lot of people, and these people recommends new customers to get into the business. So that's really good because it's an ongoing business as well for him. And you know that with the seasons that they have in the United States, sometimes they have like a pretty high work, and sometimes specifically on winter, they have another specific type of jobs. So it's like in the whole year, they keep recommendations flowing and as well the referrals flowing. So that's really good as well for the business. They actually can get a lot of new customers from there.
Did they pay some percentages to people who make these referrals videos or something like that?
Not sure about it, being honest. I don't think so.
It's like
I think
more
they're just organic
kind of
customers.
friends talking about I get the result, it's in my friend, something more based on human connection.
Yeah, it's more like based on the organic human connection that they have. So that's really good because it's more natural, you know. Instead of just paying for somebody to talk a script, they actually do it just with their real customers as well, and they'll be able to bring new businesses in the company. So that's good.
Ah, it sounds cool. Tell me, please, when you build the workflows and you was using AI, what does actually you feed to this AI to build the workflow, and what the AI gave you back?
Got it. So from the beginning, we started to have these one-on-one coachings and one-on-one conversations with the owner. And I asked him, the thing is that he was very short of words, and he was not like pretty um like he didn't give me a big explanation on the processes that he was given, so I had to ask a lot of questions, and that's something that I encourage as well the new representatives or new EdgeOS operations managers to do, to be pretty curious as well about the job and to ask a lot of questions. And that's something I did in the first week of we having these meetings daily. I asked him a lot of questions. I asked him to share the screen to show me what he does every day, what system do they use, how he got trained on those systems, if he can actually give me an insight of everything what's going on, what roles that he has in the company, how many people is working for him. So that way I was able to actually build the first part of the workflow. which show me how he's getting the business and, let's say, lead acquisition, and how is it that they're actually retaining those customers into the business. So he showed me step by step what was going on, and that's one of the most efficient ways that I was able to start building the workflows from. So for these meetings, of course, I record the meetings and I have a transcript for those meetings. I was able to feed the AI as well with those transcripts, so he will have context. And I was able to start building like a draft from those conversations with him. And I started to build up with the prompt that I was able to use in Whimsical, which is one of the tools that we use to build the workflows. Yeah, good thing is that Claude extracted all of the information from the actual conversations that we had with the owner, and we started building the workflows from there. So it was a pretty good starting point for those workflows, since I needed to do it just from scratch, but from the conversations that we had at Really.
And I think for a company, it's finally the best decision to have everything systemized. Because honestly, I'm impressed of the story about this business. I feel such a big pain about the amount of money which they lose just because invoices wasn't collected and everything just go with the flow. I believe if you want to grow and if you want to make your business makes more money, definitely you need someone who can take care about the processes and make everything more clear, because in this chaos it's almost impossible to grow, to understand where you go, to make the strategy, because you're still stuck in old questions. That's why we are exactly here. Okay, tell me
Totally.
about the photo service which owner used, because when I was preparing for our podcast, I was surprised about the stories that he was paying every month and to app just to keep the pictures of finished job on his website. Like, what is that? Like, for me, it's a bit strange. Why he should pay to the app to keep all pictures on the website? I mean, what was that?
Yeah, I know it sounds kind of odd, right? But yeah, Lana, that's one of the services that he was actually getting from one of the apps. It's called Data Pins. And whenever actually he completed a job, he was able to post on his website like 5 pictures and a brief description of the job that was completed. And that was like kind of the data pins that whoever wanted to go to his website was able to see. So on the website, they were able to see the 5 photos and a brief description and a date of what happened within the job that was made. So it's kind of like a reference, a visual reference of the jobs completed. But the thing is that he was actually paying an external application for that. And that application charges him monthly for the service. And the thing is that if he removes or stops paying the service, all of the photos and all of the information would disappear from the website. And that was one of the challenges that we were actually dealing with. Since he was building a new website for his company, instead of just paying the service for the website and the service for the data pins, he just wanted to have everything integrated into one. So that's one of the challenging jobs that I have for the last couple of weeks, because we needed to collect all of the pictures that were already uploaded and all of the descriptions, locations, and everything, and save them on a drive or on a specific document that we were able to just have the record keeping for that. Because
But
once
did
oh, go ahead.
he had these pictures before in some folders or wherever, or he just used this service and put everything there? So you need to
Yeah, he
take
just used the
note.
service and put it on the website. And so the thing is that he didn't have a folder for his own in order for we to like have this information. So actually that's what we needed to do, to create a new folder for all of the jobs. They were almost 500 jobs that he was already uploaded here.
Mhm.
And that's something that it was going to take a lot of time, because I needed to do it manually. I needed to go to the website and manually download the photos and manually go to the drive and put the photos in there, change their names in order for the photos to be found easily. And that was pretty challenging until I started to talk to Claude, and Claude Code was able to do it for me as well. So that was really good, because a job that maybe was lasting, I was able to do like 20 a day. And as I said before, they were like 500. So I would spend like a lot of time as well, downloaded it manually. And these, in just one day, one session, I was able to complete the whole process with the Claude. Claude helped me out to extract the pictures, to put it in a new folder, as well as creating a new document that has all of the details for each one of the jobs completed. So that was really good. But yeah, however, that's a service that he already stopped paying, and magically all photos disappear. So that was good that we did that already.
Oh, it's crazy, honestly. I don't understand what the scam is that. Guys, now
Yeah,
we have Claude Code. Please, you can use just this to build a website. Maybe it's not gonna
totally,
be something super cool from beginning, but anyway, at least you can save so much money and people time. Not on the
totally.
pictures, but on money issues.
That's
Okay.
right.
But then it was a situation with invoicing. Like he's paying for second piece of software just to send one type of invoice. Why does it happen?
Yeah, we're having troubles as well with the CRM that I talked about before. This specific CRM is called Centerpoint. And this center point works very good for roofing companies and for this type of jobs. When we talk about commercial, let's say for big companies and for a specific clients that they will be able to have recurring jobs done on their facilities. But it doesn't work very well for residential. Let's say we have a customer that's just an owner of a house or an owner of a warehouse, let's say, and he just want a job completed on his specific workplace. We don't have a way to get residential estimates, or we don't have a way to have only residential jobs stored in the CRM. And that's one of the main challenges that as well this owner had as well with this specific CRM. So he started to pay another application in order for he like to start building those residential estimates without the hassle of going through the CRM and start putting all of the drop downs and all of the information right there. Instead of that, he could just do a one page and I'll put all of the information for the estimate right there. So that's one of the things that he was as well working with this specific website for. So I was saying then that the specific tool that he was working with, it was an extra application for building the residential estimate, something that we could have avoided as well just by creating the template of ourselves or just by having the template made by the owner of the company instead of just paying for that service, because it was a just one page estimate that he can send to residential owners. That's something that we're actually working on right now. I'm able to build this specific estimate template and put it on the new website. So that's something that we need to work along the CRM people. It looks like they're trying to fix that for residential because they have it really clear for commercial but not for residential, and that's the problem that we're dealing with right now.
Okay, it seems like this business honestly has a lot of problems. Exactly that's why they need you. But if you had to name one the biggest challenge which this company has right now, what it would be?
Wow, and that's a really good question. I would say it was the backlog of the jobs that never went into the system. That's because one of the main things that we faced, it was the lack of information of the jobs. So if the owner was asking me about a job that he made, let's say 1 or 2 months ago, I was not even able to find it on the website because he never entered the ticket or because he never opened the actual details on the CRM. So that was the main challenge because we were not able to either follow up invoice or do anything if we didn't have the visual of the job that was completed. So it's a big challenge because if we don't have it on the system, there's no way that we could just get the information, and that's something that we needed to start working right away. And that's why I scheduled those specific meetings to start having this owner entering all of this information into the system because we all need it in order for we to see it. So that was the main challenge. We still about like 10 or 12 jobs to be entered, but has been already a big improvement as well of all of the backlog that we have for those documents and for the data. So that is being the main challenge right now. To just not entering all of in the system, but follow up on what happened on those specific jobs. Because as I said before, there was like from January, February for this year that have not even been entered yet into the system. So As you can see, we have to get, first of all, get caught up with that, and then we can start following up with everything.
But how to possible to avoid situations like that in the businesses where business owner takes everything in not a book on his head, like what he can do to prevent situation like that?
So that's one of the main problems that an owner would have in every business, is that sometimes business, it's able to be handled by you and yourself, but that's the thing, that when unexpectedly the business grows or something like that happens, it start getting out of hand. And the problem is that you start postponing things, or you start just doing another focus on the business, and all of these specific, let's say, invoices or jobs were never entered into the system. And that's because these type of owners, they're sometimes afraid to pay someone else to do the job, or to have someone specifically entering everything into the system, or following up on those specific jobs. And that's something that we needed to make sure we're fixing on those businesses, to make sure that owners understand that they cannot handle everything by themselves, and that they will be able then to get help from somebody like me, or like an operations manager, to make sure that their business is running smoothly. So yeah, that's those are like kind of like the main problems that as well we resolve with these with EdgeOS, is since we are operations manager for their business.
What would be your advice for business owners who watching us right now, who also kind of not a book guys? What you will recommend them, and what gonna be your tip which they can bring inside of their businesses right now today?
Okay, that would be trying new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. That would be my main advice to business owners. Don't be afraid of getting a new system implemented. Don't get afraid of having a new application implemented, as long as the application works or resolves a specific need on their business. Because as I mentioned before, some of the companies, they just like to work with what they're comfortable with, and that's something that can be not very good for their business, because the world keeps advancing as well on technology and this type of tools that can help us out to run the business smoothly. So that's my main tip for those owners. Don't be afraid to try new things, and do not be afraid to try a new system in your operations.
It sounds great. I fully agree with you. So now we will go to the last part of our podcast. It's one of my favorite parts because I will ask you quick questions, and you need to answer to me only with one word. Max, it's one phrase. So it's a first thought which came to your mind, not polished, not long, just what you think. Tell me when you're ready, and we're gonna start.
Okay.
Okay, first question. How many workflows and systems are you usually touching in given a week?
I would say 5 or 6.
It's a lot. What is your favorite part of this job?
The communication.
With owner?
All of them, actually, with the owner, with as well with EdgeOS, let's say with Cole, with all of the staff as well in Edge, is so pretty much, yeah, the open communication that we have for both owners and as well EdgeOS, it's amazing.
And worst part of the job that nobody talks about.
Maybe the training time. I would say, to get caught up with all of the things that we need to learn here in Edge, the training time should be a little longer, or we should have another approach to it. But yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, Cole. We will cut this part. Don't watch it. Okay, I'm joking. Of course, he gonna see this one. So next question. What do you know now that you wish to knew on day one of your job?
Wow. About Cloud Code. Cloud Code, it's one of the best tools that I have used as well. Is so far for this type of manual jobs. So Cloud Code, I wish I knew him from day one.
One more free tips, guys. You can write it down. Okay, thank you so much for your answers. It was really pleasure to have conversation with you. I really today discover a lot of new information for myself also. And what you want to say today to business owners who watching us right now and who also think about to have operations manager like you, what it would be, what is your message?
So my message to these new owners or these owners that they're handling their business and they may need help is just not to get afraid to have someone else to see their job. You know that sometimes we work on the comfort zone and we just do not let anybody else see what we're doing. But that's something that can reflect as well some of the issues of the job or the business. So it's not to be afraid of having someone else to take a look on your job and to give you feedback about it too. So let's say things that you can improve, things that you will be able to change in your business to make it better. Because sometimes they're just blinded of what they're doing is the right thing. And no, sometimes we just have to take a look outside of the box and make sure that we get feedback about what we're doing. We can improve that way. So that's something I would recommend to the owners as well.
Thank you so much, Kevin. It was a really very useful and interesting episode which we have today with you. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kevin. And guys, if you want an operations manager from EdgeOS like a Kevin who installing the operating system inside your business, go to edgevirtualassistants.com and book a call with us. Thank you so much for your attention.